All right, welcome to week 3 spotlight. This week we are going to talk about Hello Heart. Yes. Oh, my foot fell asleep though. All right, let's see. Let's get into it. This is going to be, okay, so yeah, we're going to talk about Hello Heart. This is the app that keeps my heart from doing jazz hands without the warning. Yes. Let's get into it. So, let's talk about what Hello Heart is. It's basically a tiny heart health assistant that lives in your phone. My insurance covers it, bless them, but yours may not. Because insurance is like a loot box. You never know what you're going to get, okay? It's usually only available, it's nothing I had to look up, it's usually only available through like an employer benefits, possibly your insurance, as far as I know, and as far as I know, there is no self-pay option, so just to kind of give you a heads up. So do check with your own coverage to see if it's included, and if it is, I highly recommend it because it has been very helpful on this journey, okay? Ooh, what did I do? Y'all can ignore me, it's okay. All right, so let's see here. So last year, after my seizure on March 29th, 2025, my numbers were, let's say, chaotic. Let's see here. I had numbers as, this is just in like the first 10 days after everything. I had 162 over 106. I had 158 over 77. I had 153 over 90. I had 169 over 91. Like these were my numbers last year, last April. My heart rate, and basically my heart rate was out there auditioning for a drum line. I had lots of hundreds and tens, and even hundreds and 20s. So this was me last year. And just when I was using it was my first time using Hello Heart. I put those numbers in, and the app basically went, yeah, that's not normal. Did you just have a cup of coffee? Because that can affect it, just let you know. And the app's really hoping that that's what happened, but it's not, because that was what my body was doing. So you're not judging, it was just politely tapping on the shoulder like, hey girl, something going on, you know? Yeah. So some days were normal, some days were, you know, in the beginning, some days were wild, and I had no idea what was happening. I just know they said hi, this says hi, this is your heart supposed to be doing that? So basically, yeah, I just started using Hello Heart, and just to track everything, to start seeing those patterns. So today, as of today, a year later, my hearts are now steady, they're consistent, they're not spiking, they're not chaotic. Even on high stress days, they stay calm. Now, Hello Heart didn't fix all this. I mean, that was between the exercise, the breathing exercises, the I already said the medications, stuff like that. Trying to keep myself calm. That's what brought it down. So Hello Heart wasn't the thing that fixed it, but it did help me understand what my body was doing at the time. And honestly, that alone, it changed everything. When you start seeing what's happening, you then know what to start looking at, and you can start finding out what you can do to change it. Okay. So what we're going to do, one thing I want to talk about too, of another way that I use this machine, is that I use it during something I call my panic exercises. Just give you a quick blurb of why I'm doing these exercises in the first place and how this machine is helping. So first I'm going to go, just to let you know, we're going to talk about something called Learn to Live. It's another app I'm using, but they're kind of corresponding with each other right now. So when I started Learn to Live, I started out, this is just a quick blurb to kind of go into the next blurb. When I started out with a social anxiety program, and I did graduate from it, which was awesome. Now, is it still there? Yeah. Does it still tap me on the shoulders sometimes? No, so yeah. But now I can, you ready? Ask for help. I can go into stores by myself. I can return an item, like in person. Yeah. I can actually live my life again. So just to let you know, you don't really get rid of social anxiety. I wish you could. But you can get strong enough that it doesn't run your island anymore. Take back your island. You know, I can kind of do like a normal life now. So anyways, I graduate. And so what's the next natural step? Because Learn to Live has different programs and you go through whichever ones. So what's the next natural step I should go to? Because I started with social anxiety because I'm thinking that's gonna bring my blood pressure down because it means I'm around people and I can actually handle it. Blood pressure down, right? Right. So, let's see here. So what's the next thing? We're gonna talk about panic. I wanna do the panic program. Why am I gonna do the panic program? Because I wake up panicking. I have panic attacks. Oh, here's the big one. Last year, I thought I was having a panic attack, and it turned out to be a seizure. Yeah, I literally started out, again, if you watch the story, I started out thinking I was having a panic attack. So, what does it do? So yeah, basically, panic did deserve my attention at this time. So, why am I talking about the blood pressure machine? So, while I'm doing the panic exercises, I'm on the part of the panic exercises that basically says, let's do something that feels like panic on purpose every day. Anyways, currently I'm on the one that's called, and this part has actually, I've been doing this since January. I'm on this one part of this program. I've been on it since January. We're getting there. I'm like 4 out of 7. I have 3 to go. But currently I'm working on over breathing. You literally over breathe, which is exactly what it sounds like. But here's the thing, my fear is dropping. Like, you actually track your fear, and it is dropping. Now, because my seizure started with sensations that I thought was panic, those feelings can still trigger a spiral, and it's bad. So my brain goes, is this panic? Is it another seizure? It's a seizure! Mayday! Mayday! Ship down! Yeah. So, now let's work on that part. So here's how the Hello Heart is helping me out. So what I do is I take my blood pressure so I do my regular exercises. I do some breathing exercises because you know my heart's still racing a little bit because I've been off doing stuff. Do some breathing exercises. I calm down. I take my blood pressure. So I do that before that, and then or after the regular exercises. Then I do the panic exercise, and then after the panic exercises, I take it again. So what this does, by taking this, and just to let you know, basically I've noted, I can talk, yeah, but what I have noticed is my blood pressure really doesn't move that much every time I do it. It hasn't really moved that much. So you know what this is telling my brain as I'm doing this and using these? It's telling my brain, this is a panic sensation. This is not another seizure. Your seizure was not caused. Now, anxiety can bring up your blood pressure, don't get me wrong, but my seizure was not caused by anxiety. It was caused partially by blood pressure. So if I'm doing a panic exercise and my blood pressure is not really showing that much change, or if it is like some of them very beginning was showing a change, but it was still under the normal amount. So by doing this, basically what it does is my brain says, okay, this is a panic sensation. It's not a seizure. It's not about to be a seizure. You're fine. Enjoy your panic. Anyways, it basically stops that spiral before that becomes too dramatic. It doesn't add that into my spiral, and it actually makes that spiral calm down faster. So now, really quick, I am going to tell you something only because this is something I recently did. As I talked in the other video, I got a new blood pressure machine. And the reason I talk about that is because if you do have this program, I'm basically going to tell you basically how easy it is to, if something happens. So back in, I think it was either December or January, and it's this is my old one. This specific one basically started to act like a gremlin. So what it do is it would start, it would have an error. I'd reset it. It'd have an error. I'd straighten out the hose. It'd have an error. I'd move the machine, It'd have an error. I'd change out the batteries. Yeah, you guess it have an error. Some days, I've actually had some days it took up to 10 tries to get a reading, whereas other days it worked instantly, like nothing ever happened. So basically I just kept telling myself it will work this time because I'm stubborn. And the reason I'm saying that is why it took me so long to get a new one. That's literally on me. So finally, when I had about enough is enough, I contacted Hello Heart Support, who were absolutely amazing. So the first thing they did is they asked for my arm measurement, which I had because of course I measure it weekly like a tiny scientist that doesn't measure very well. And they said, cool, sending you a new one. Fast, friendly, easy. On Tuesday, I opened my mailbox and there she was. She had my brand new machine and cuff. And just to let you know, the reason they asked for my arm measurement was for that cuff, to make sure I have the right size, because who knows, maybe that has something to do with it. My life has been restored. So basically I did have the readings did seem a little off this week, and it is probably a possibility that it wasn't just getting those errors. It may not have been giving me accurate readings. So at least I know as of Tuesday that I have accurate readings again. And I said this only started a few months ago, and again, I could have taken care of it instantly, but I didn't. So anyway, this is good. So I'm just going to show you really quick. Again, this is my old machine. The reason I'm going to show you my old machine is just to show you the other one's the exact same machine. Great. It's been a great machine up until it started to have problems. But this is a little thing where you press the start button. You do have to open up the app on your phone, and then what you do is you plug in the hose here. You undo the cuff like a doctor does. It has that old Velcro. Stop. Has that Velcro on it, and you let it go, and you wait, and hopefully it doesn't do what mine does and give me 1,000 errors, and it pops up with your blood pressure, and then your phone goes, hey, you did good, and it tracks. Like I said, it Bluetooths to your phone and tracks it. So this is the old one. Again, I'm just showing you this so that you can compare. It is basically the exact same machine. Actually, the machine itself is the exact same machine. Setting that for now. Let's go get this is the new one, where this is a little more rigid because it's not as used, because I had that one for, well, I actually started the Hello Heart program, at least 6 months before everything happened. But when I say start, means I signed up for it, they sent me a machine, I used it once, and then I forgot about it. And then when I got home from the hospital, I went, okay, it's time to actually use this. So yeah, so anyways, that's of course been used for quite some time. So this is a little more rigid. But anyways, like I said, don't fall. It's the exact same machine, looks just the same start button, same place you put it in. It's just regular batteries. This isn't one of those. That is one thing I kind of wish. I do like the whole plug in things and it charges itself. But you know, this takes, actually what does it take? I'll tell you. In case you get this, you probably get the same machine. I don't know how that works. AAA, 4 AAA batteries. It comes with them too, so I didn't have to go searching for them. The other one was black, this one's gray. The first time I get it, they didn't really ask for my arm thing, so I'm thinking maybe they did just, I don't know. I don't actually know what size that it normally comes with. I didn't quite expect this. When the new one came in, and I have it somewhere in the other room, it actually came with the exact same cuff, and then it had this cuff in a different place, and this is an extra large cuff because again, you want to make sure you get one. It's the same thing as your doctor looking for the right cuff. Like, oh, you ain't an extra small. So this one's gray. But this one just has a little bit shorter of a hose. And that's okay because it's right here. But same machine, same thing, same container. It does come, just to let you know real quick, with a little... It comes with measuring tape. I did not know that. I should look into things. It does come with a little user manual, you know, it's a user manual. It comes with a little thing that tells you how to, because that was one thing I'm like, okay, well, is this an automatic? Do I have to disconnect the Bluetooth? No, it tells you how to, it's just a little card that tells you how to get your blood pressure machine hooked up to your phone, basically. You want to make sure the app is open and you do the things, and that's pretty cool. Mine did no problem, not a problem. And then you have a little readme packet. And I actually haven't read it because it basically just says, hey, welcome to Hello Heart. It tells you how it will help you, that it's simple and effective. It lets you know you're not alone, tracking your blood pressure. It tells you how to set up your monitor. Again, you know, it doesn't just look hard. It tells you how to measure your blood pressure. Has a few tips for you. You know, make sure you always open the app. Again, the travel bag's included with it, so you can put your monitor in there. You want to make sure that your blood pressure cuff is fit. Oh, you can also turn on reminders in your app too. My phone pops up all kinds of things, so I don't really know what I did there. So that's good. And then of course it does have the Spanish version, which I failed that class a lot. Yeah, I don't do well with language. Language is the one thing for some reason I cannot pick up. I know little bits and pieces here and there, but I barely got English down yet. Okay? So, kidding. Anyways, so that is the blood pressure monitor, which I'm gonna put over here because otherwise if I mix them up, that would be bad. So, okay, back to the script reading. So, we're gonna tell you why it matters to me. Hello Heart isn't about the numbers. It's about feeling safe in my body again, and I need that. Well, it is about the numbers because, you know, happier numbers make happier doctors, but it really does. It helps me feel, I see that number and I'm like, okay, I'm good, I'm cool. So, all right, that is the Hello Heart Spotlight. Now, if you're curious, please check your benefits, see if it's available to you. It's been a huge help in me understand my patterns, and it's been a huge help in my spirals, okay? Now from here again, please go watch the week 3 update if you haven't already. Just because I'm pointing doesn't mean there's gonna be a video there, just FYI, I'll put the playlist at the end. But, you know, watch the week 3 update if you haven't yet. You can also catch up on weeks 1 and 2 spotlights, or the weekly health updates, those are there as well. And again, you can also watch the original video, which is basically what happened to me a year ago. It is a very long video, and I do apologize, but it was a lot. And that's okay. But if you haven't seen it and you want to, that's on there too. But from here, please like, and as I always say, please share, especially if you think that this is going to help somebody for any odd reason. Please subscribe. And I shall see y'all next week. Okay? Bye.